Hello guys, have you ever wondered how the request you put on internet or the message we send to our friends who is staying so far away or maybe connecting to the Google servers and how it's all very fast? Yeah, so I'll be illustrating that today. So let's just say basically I just go on Google and search for my name. And luckily I've seen my name online, so that's very good thing to know. And then you'll be explaining to yourself, okay, it's very fast and does not really take a lot of process. But that's very wrong because data like this or information or request to pull up on the internet takes a lot of journey before reaching to its destination and then sending it back to us again. So now I'll be illustrating how it all happens. So let's take for instance, I'm in my house, in my room, on my chair with my phone. And then the next thing I'll get connected to before sending a request is my router. So now my router will act as an agent or maybe a traffic device that connects me to the next stop. So what the router does is it just connects me to the next stop that will allow me access the internet. And then you can just take a guess. The next stop is what the ISP. Now your ISP is defined as the internet service provider, which basically is like is a company. No, sorry, is basically a company that allows you gain access to the internet. So now without the router, without the ISP, sorry, your router won't be as much function as it should be. So now, after this ISP, after I get connected to the ISP, the next thing the ISP does it throws me now to the internet. So now I'm already connected to the internet, and then somebody will be asking that, okay, since it's already in the internet, okay, that means it's just okay, that means my data has already reached the destination, right? But that's not the thing. So what happens is your data or your request or even your information does not go once like that. The internet will now would break all this into bits, and this bit is what I call packets. Now, these bits packets are like bits of data or of your request or information that will all go through the same destination, and the destination which they ought to go to is the server. Now, finally, I've now connected to the Google server. Now, from my phone, let me say I was searching for my name from my phone. It passes the request will pass through the router, which will pass through the ISP, then to the internet and the packets. Now, this packets will be like this internet will break all my requests into packets that the server will be able to understand. The server will now compile all this together and then send to the Google itself. Now, when it reaches Google, what do they do? Now they send back my request or my information back to me, which I will now get as information you grab. So now I imputed the data request, and then they send it back to me as an information. Ready grab how it works. Now the question we'll be asking is, how do attackers or how do people usually intercept people's network? Like from here to this area to this point, how do people intercept people's network? And that's where we'll be talking about subsistence within these areas and also the techniques and measures to stay safe out there. Thank you for following me in this video. Please do well to reach out to the next one. Love you so much. Thank you.